Hey guys, before I get into it, my name is T Styles. I'm an urban fiction thriller writer. I also own and operate the Cartel Publications and the Elite Writers Academy. But today I'm going to be talking about something that I get a lot of comments on a lot, and it's about my skincare and why I don't have any wrinkles, why my skin is so clear and all of that. So I'm going to give you guys the story because there's a story to that, and at the end of this video I'm going to tell you exactly what it is that I use so that you can probably use it into your process and make things work for you. Okay, so in 2005, how I started my journey was in 2005. I'm gonna go back before that. I was a big sun girl, meaning that I was always outside. I'm always in the weather, and just loved being outdoors. And I would take in a lot of sun. And just like a lot of my fellow African American peoples, we were told we didn't really need we didn't need sunscreen. So, and that worked for me for a while. I was like, cool, we don't need sunscreen. We got sunscreen protecting, by having darker skin. It just is what it is. So I never paid it any mind. So I continue going about my life, being in the sun, skin going from chocolate to light brown to brown, depending on how long I would be outside. But when I was younger, I would stay in the sun. So I did that all the way up to my 30s. And then one day I had bought a truck, and it had a sunroof. And with this sunroof, I remember singing and I'm having a good time, and the sun was beaming at this time. And then all of a sudden I looked down late on that day and my chest is splattered with moles, like moles everywhere. And then I started noticing I was getting moles on my face, Morgan Freeman type situations, just moles all over my face, moles on my neck, just moles. And they call that, I can't remember the name right now, but I'm going to put that in my little section. I got my little sections over here, the section where I have, how to reach me, but also to subscribe to me. I'm going to put it over there. But I was getting those moles all over top of my face. But in 2005, it was bad. I was horrified. I'm like, am I about to get cancer? Or, what's going on? And at the same time, I noticed that a lot of people in my family had the same situations where they would have the moles, the hanging moles on their face and things like that. And people attributed them to age. I don't really mind aging, but I don't want moles and stuff hanging all over my face because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I started researching, what I did. I paid attention to what was going on. I just started researching, what should you be doing for African American skin? What can you do to prevent, wrinkles and stuff like that? I even started getting issues with real deep sagging issues under my eyes, which I'm still working on, but it's nowhere near what it was before. And so I was just doing a lot of that research. So what I found is, number one, that there is a lie that we here in the African American community that we should not be using sunscreen. And that lie is perpetuated because the people who have lighter skin or white people, they felt that because we had the darker skin that we do have some protection from the rays, and we do. But as a result of that, the sun will work overtime to protect your face or your skin when you have rays beaming in, and then we're exposed more to these rays than we were ever exposed to them before. So meaning that we have higher chances of getting cancer and things like that. And one of the ways that the body tries to protect you are these moles. So I started getting black spots all over my face, like little hyperpigmentation dark spots. I would have hyperpigmentation areas around my cheeks and all of that. Now, I'm not a vain person. As you can see, I don't wear makeup. When I'm out, I put on a light beat. But I'm not your girl that's going to be always, wearing a whole bunch of eyelashes, although I may start doing it just because it's cute. I'm always online and stuff now. But I'm not your girl to, do heavy beats. I like a light beat and or no makeup. And so it's not about vanity with me. But I do, at the same time, don't want to be getting old in the face before I have to, right? So The big lie is that you don't have to wear sunscreen. You absolutely do have to wear sunscreen, but at the same time, people, you need vitamin D, because one of the problems that we have as African American people, especially women, is we don't absorb as much vitamin D because of our darker skin. And that is one of the reasons why we get fibroids. So it's like a catch-22. If you're out in the sun all day and you're absorbing that sun, you can get moles. The moles that you see with Morgan Freeman, all that comes from sun, not wearing sunscreen and all that kind of stuff. You get patches on your face and all those kind of things. So you need sun. So what I started doing was I was like, look, first I started supplementing, but also I said, you can have my legs, but you can't have my face, because I ain't about to have no wrinkles and stuff all over my face. So there are certain things that I did off the cuff. The first thing I did was I looked into what was necessary to prevent hyperpigmentation. And one of the things I found was NAG, not NAC, but NAG and niacinamide. So I made a gel, and I actually was selling it at prettykings.com. Child, that thing popped off so much when I started selling my stuff that I was like, okay, Toy, you about to start getting into skincare and making skincare, or are you a writer? So I ended up having to pause on that because the orders was just like coming out of the woodwork, because I was making so many things for skincare and it was working and people liked it. So I still make my charcoal soaps and stuff like that, which I also use. So it was the NAG and niacinamide. I made that into a cream and I would use that. I also used charcoal soap. I make homemade charcoal soap and I use that religiously. But also doo-doo awesome soap, doo-doo soap. I'm going to put all this stuff on the side so you can see it, and or in the link below so you can see what I use. I use these things religiously, but I didn't just use my face. I hit my neck, my chest, all of that. Like, I wanted to make sure that I was really, preventing hyperpigmentation by allowing my face and my skin to be exfoliated, because another thing people don't do is they don't wash their faces the way they should. They take regular soap and they hit their face. That ain't washing your face, babies. You gotta wash your face, but you also want to do a light exfoliation too. So we have the NAG, which I put on after I wash. So let me go in order. Number 1, a soap. I alternate between the Doo-Doo Awesome and the charcoal soap. Okay, the charcoal soap I homemade, but they make charcoal soap out there. After I wash my face, I use my cream, a gel that I made, which has NAG and niacinamide in it. I just catch my face, catch my neck and everything with that. After I do that, the thing that saved my life is Retin-A. This stuff is amazing. Like, I don't care if you are in your early 20s or your early 30s. If you want to reverse the signs of time, then this stuff is it, okay? Normally you need a prescription. I go through a source that I've been using for a while. I don't really feel comfortable telling people that because, it's up to you what you want to do. I say, please do your research. But I get my stuff overseas because it's cheaper. Because for this tube, you may end up spending like $60, $70. Probably even more than that for a tube of Retin-A. This is 0.5%. When I started taking this stuff, guys, the first thing I noticed was that I used to have 2 wrinkles on my top right of my forehead. And my spouse used to think it was hilarious because that was the only place I had wrinkles, but I was like, oh, hell no, So now I got the sun beating down on my face and destroying, giving me hyperpigmentation patches and moles all over the place. And now I have 3 wrinkles? Absolutely not. So when I started using that cream, the wrinkles started going away. They just disappeared. Also, my upper eye, I used to have like a hanging eye. You know how when the eye gets a little bit lower, the eyelid started coming down, just from skin not being tight. That stopped. So now my eyes are wide open behind this Retin-A. You do get some peeling and some discomfort, but that's why I use my gel. The gel offers like a buffer for the cream so that it's not as painful. But in the beginning, it is weird. You peel, you'll get to know your peeling schedule. But honey, child, I don't care, honey, because when the peeling is done, the face is popping. You know, I get compliments all the time about how my skin looks because of my processes. So retin-A was the main thing. Then I also use an LED mask. Now, you can go into the beauty salon, or not the beauty salon, the spa, and then pay $40, $60 a session. But I actually got a mask off of Amazon.com. And I use that thing every night. The red light. It's the red LED light, but it has different lights in it. I saw a huge difference from my skin from that too. And then finally, I use the microdermaplasion, the doctor pen. Now, this is for the elites, the professionals, but because it has a lot of little needles in it, and you just put a numbing cream and you just go over your face. But what it does, it helps the collagen in your face overturn. This is why my cheeks stay. Now, I'm always a cheek person. I've had cheekbones all my life, but my cheeks are even more popping because of these processes. So at 47, I look damn good because of making sure, number one, that I don't stay in the sun the way I've been doing without doing sunscreen. So I protect my upper face. And I notice the moles are just going away now, which I didn't even think was possible. They're not as light as they were before, and they just fall off now. But also putting the sunscreen on, exfoliating my face and my body. I take vitamin D because you do need vitamin D, and I'm not going out the way I used to. So that's another thing where, you know, with COVID and everything, you know, I was always in the sun, always had my sunroofs open. I'm not going out the way I used to. And even if I was going out, child, I don't play with the sun. You know, I don't want it on my face. I don't want no whole bunch of moles. I don't want none of that kind of stuff because I just don't want it. So these are the things that I do on a continuous basis. If you take anything from what I'm saying, I would say, number one, you need to wear sunscreen. If you don't put sunscreen on and you're black, you're going to get wrinkles, babies. I'm sorry. And you're going to get hyperpigmentation along your face if you're not exfoliating and then making sure your skin is turning over. You have to help your skin turn over. And nobody ever told us that. So we thought we could just run out there in the sun. And, ooh, I love us in our chocolate tones, you know, when we get real nice and chocolate and everything. But you can still do a light sunscreen and then still have your beautiful tones. But you want to make sure that you are protecting your skin because it can cause problems. So when you see people with those patches and stuff, it's because that sun is just beating down on that face and then causing uneven skin. So these are the things that I've been doing for the longest time, and I see, you know, in most aspects, I think I look younger than I did like 10 years ago behind it. So I hope this helps because I get compliments all the time, and I love the compliments on what I'm doing for my skincare. But that's it. Like it ain't for me. It was not for vanity as much as it is for sanity, because who the hell wants to be walking around with a bunch of hanging moles over their face if they can help it? And when I saw that, when I was in my truck and I saw the splattering when I didn't have any moles at all, and then I got my sunroof open on the hottest day and I saw a splattering of moles all over my body like that same day, that was horrifying to me. Like, I didn't even know that could happen. And I still don't hear anything about it because there's not a lot of research that goes into man, I can't think of the name. I'm going to put it over here with Morgan Freeman's face. I can't remember that term they give it, but you see our ancestors with these hanging moles. It's the sun. And don't let nobody tell you that it's not, because it is. So I hope this helps, guys. Sunscreen. Get yourself a retin-A cream if you can. A LED mask if you're nasty like me. If you real ball about it, microdermabrasion. I like Dr. Pen because it's electronic and not just all over my face. But you can also do a microdermabrasion, a roller. I hope this helps. I will talk to you later. Bye.